What are we doing?
What is this place?
Well, this is St. Anne's Church. This is another church, and there's churches all over this place.
Are they a certain denomination or are they varied?
Almost everything's Catholic or Orthodox here. But the reason they're here is because this is where the Pool of Bethesda is. That's where we're going to right now. And then after that, we'll go in and listen to the acoustics in St. Anne's Church here. So, Byzantine was from time of Charlemagne. Not Charlemagne. We're talking about Constantine the Great. So he was made emperor about 312, and then the Council of Nicaea was under his reign. That was 325. So Byzantine structures, which is this, would have been any time probably after 312 up until the fall of Constantinople, today known as Istanbul, in about, I think that happened about 1450 or maybe 1453.
So these would be quite old.
Oh yeah, could be. When it says Byzantine, it could be
Anywhere in the space of 1,000 years.
1,600 years old, or it could be 600 years old.
Yeah.
This was the Pool of Bethesda. This is where Jesus came and saw the lame man sitting and said, would thou be made whole? And he said, I have no man. And Jesus healed him. What you see, the remains here are not from Jesus' time. Almost everything you see was built later, but, by the Byzantines or the Crusaders. So they built, because it's a holy place, they built chapels over it and so forth. About the only thing that is for certain that remains from the Pool of Bethesda are the steps that you see right through there.
Okay.
So those are original. So he could have been sitting on those steps, and then the pool would have been this way. These buildings would have been added later. I'm not sure exactly how it was designed as one particular pool, but the Bible refers to it as the Pool of Bethesda. Those original steps were down at this end. That's it.
And so would the pool have been further that way?
Yes,
Yeah.
you would have gone into the pool this way.
Okay.
And there may have been more steps like all the way around.
Right.
Like that may have been this way, that way. All we have left is this because they've built up all these other things. They could get a truer picture of it if they could tear all this down and excavate.
Yeah, it's a shame they built all this up.
Yeah. Those steps down there with the grass and weeds growing on them, those were original to the Pool of Bethesda. And that's where Jesus healed the lame man. Can you imagine the commotion that day? Now, in many cases, the Bible says he healed everybody. The multitudes came and he healed everybody who was sick. But in this case, the Bible said that it was filled with people who were sick and had infirmities, but it only says that Jesus healed the one. It doesn't say that he healed anybody else on that occasion in this location. He may have, but if he had of, it probably would have been recorded.
Right. Yeah.
And why did he pick that one man? I don't know either.
I was waiting for an answer. I was like, he's going to tell me why he picked that man.
I don't know. It just happened. The man was laying there. He didn't seem to be full of faith.
No.
I mean, his response to Jesus, would thou be made whole?
Yeah.
You'd think he would have said yes.
Yeah.
Instead, he said, I have no man. It's like the typical complainer, you know. Nobody will help me.
Yeah.
So the gospel said that an angel would come at certain seasons and trouble the water. So the water would be stirred or troubled, and the first one that would get in the water then would be healed. So this man was waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Seems like an unfair advantage to the lame people, right?
Yeah.
Or an unfair advantage against the lame people.
Yeah.
See, all this is just feel from the centuries.
Right.
It's just
So that's just kind of what picked the street level up there.
exactly. It's extremely old. It was spared when some of the other buildings were torn down, I think because of its beauty. And the acoustics in here are absolutely amazing. If you could hear a choir, oftentimes our group will get here and sing. And it just is absolutely amazing with the acoustics. I wish somebody could sing right now. You can sing, Stephen. Have you got a song on your heart?
I'm a soloist.
You're not a soloist. I'll help you.
Song.
What song? What can we sing that would sound good in here?
Amazing Grace.
Do you know how many times these walls have heard Amazing Grace?
Countless.
How many times a day, every single day of every year, for how many years, how many centuries?
Left a crimson stain, he washed it white as snow. Jesus paid